everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today we're going to talk about more twisted logic from the left, our favorite subject. And the first example I have is this question, and I've seen this phrased a lot in a lot of different ways. Why don't straight men want to go out with trans women? Straight men who don't want to go out with trans women are transphobic. Straight men who do go out with trans women are still straight. All this stuff. All right. So why don't straight men want to go out with trans women? For those of you who don't know, trans woman is just the left way of saying the man pretending to be a woman. That's a man who's pretending to be a woman. That's trans woman. And that's where this whole thing comes out, that what is a woman? Because they insist on calling these guys women, and when they're just, putting on a costume and calling themselves women. And the easiest way I can point out why is the same reason that lesbian women don't want to go out with trans women, because they're dudes. They're not women. Okay? No matter what you do, what kind of language is used, what kind of twisted logic is utilized, they're still dudes. They're still males. Just to pretend to be something that you're not doesn't mean that, the rest of the world has to go along with it. And especially in something like that, in a relationship or something, and it's just when you get into deeper issues like that, it's really difficult to play those kind of mind games. You can't trick yourself into honestly believing that that is a woman. And to use an example, and it's the exact same identical thing. I'm gonna use an example. Let's say we painted a cow green and called it asparagus, and then told a vegan that they're still a vegan if they eat this asparagus. You eat this asparagus, you're still vegan. Now it's walking around, got horns. You test its DNA. It comes back. It's a cow. It's an animal. It's not a plant. It's still an animal. It's meat. But we're just using words and saying it's asparagus. So vegans should be allowed to eat it along this line of logic and still be vegans. As long as we paint them green and call them asparagus, vegans can slaughter all the cattle they want and eat all the meat they want, and they're still vegans using this line of logic. So it's completely ridiculous, and I really think about this stuff. These are human beings saying this. I mean, they are human beings. They have working minds. I mean, functioning at some level, right? I mean, how do they come up with this stuff that is completely 180 degrees reversed from the truth and just logic, just common sense, and claim to believe it and buy into it heart and soul, and it's just not true, and they know it's not true, but they do it anyway. So even when I was younger and was, more pliable mentally and a little more gullible and bought into crap a little easier, none of me or any of my friends would have fell for any of this shit. We wouldn't have been running around saying that dudes were women and trans women were women, whatever. It's just insane, the level of stupidity and just blatant brainwashing that's going on is just it's hard to understand. It's hard to watch it happen even. And another thing I see quite often is that no one voted for Elon Musk. Wait, he's up there doing, we've all seen him and doing his thing, and he's a celebrity as well as a billionaire. He's outspoken, and he's making a lot of comments, and now people are saying that no one voted for him. Well, there's two ways you can look at that with just complete common sense. Number one, we all knew he was going to be part of the administration, and somehow he was going to be helping Trump out. So in one sense, we did vote for him. We voted for Trump, and we knew that Elon was along for the ride. The other way to look at it is, no, we didn't vote for him, but that doesn't matter. He's not the president. The president picks his cabinet. We didn't vote for any of the cabinet members that Biden chose, all those transgenders and stuff that Biden had in his cabinet. We didn't vote for any of those people. So what's the point? What is that point? What are they trying to say there, that we didn't vote for Elon Musk? Of course we didn't vote for Elon Musk. It's not even obvious. It's just ridiculous to say it because it didn't happen. So this is the kind of logic, this is the kind of stuff people say that's just completely out there, and they're just out of touch with reality. They're trying to imply that he's the president or something. I don't know. He is going to have some kind of influence or some kind of jurisdiction or a job inside of the administration, along with Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're going to try to get some stuff done. Let's hope they go pretty far. But again, no matter what they do, it can just be undone if they go through and they gut it all and get 75% of all those useless people out of the government. They can just hire them back after the next election if we let them have it back. If we let the leftists, the deep state, whatever you want to call them, if we let them win the next election, all this is going to be reversed. So we've got to pay attention. We've got to stay on the ball. We've got to keep the fire lit. We can't get complacent. And another thing that I see pretty often is got to do with Elon again, and if it's about immigration. If you want to start deporting people, let's start with Elon and Melania. Elon Musk and Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife. Now, this on its face is ridiculous, but they're saying a couple things here. They're trying to say that anybody who is against illegal immigration is against all immigration. All right? The fact that Elon and Melania legally immigrated over here it changes the entire story. That's like saying, Amazon, I ordered something from Amazon and they went into my account and took the money out, right? Now that is legal. That is consensual. That's perfectly okay. Or a hacker went into my account without my permission and took my money out. One is illegal, it's immoral, it's non-consensual, and it should be stopped, and it should be punished. Now, you don't want Jeff Bezos to go to jail because you bought something from Amazon. You want the criminal hacker to go to jail, though. That's the difference. Again, it's another analogy that is exactly the same. They're doing the exact same thing. They're reaching into your account and taking money out. One, they have permission to. The other one, they don't. But these people, they want to play these games with these things and these word games and act like and mix two separate ideas, one which is perfectly fine and the other one which is not, And so then you feel bad about yourself for being against the one that's not. Like, I'm supposed to feel bad about myself because I wouldn't go out with a transsexual woman or a dude. No, that doesn't work on common sense people. I'm supposed to feel bad about myself because I'm against illegal immigration. I don't want any foreigners over here. No, legal immigration is a great thing. This country was built on legal immigration. This country was built on certain ideas, and we need the people who come over here to be law-abiding citizens. And that is the first law they have to obey, is to immigrate over here legally. If they come over here and their very first act stepping into this country is to break the law, that's not the kind of people we want over here. I don't care who, but that's just not who we want over here. But the other people who are coming over here and becoming part of our culture and becoming part of our country, that increases our diversity. That helps our diversity. The illegal immigration causes division. Legal immigration, diversity. Illegal immigration, division. And that's at the heart of that matter. One is about diversity and inclusion. The other one's about division. Because they come over here, they don't have to learn to speak a lick of English. They don't have to abide by our laws. They just come over here and start committing crimes. Some Ecuadorian immigrant or something, illegal immigrant, just set some lady on fire in the New York City subway yesterday, the day before. Just because, I guess, I don't know. I haven't found anybody talking about his motives at all. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff they do. Who cares? Who cares if 99% of them are hardworking people? If one child gets lost into human trafficking, if one American citizen gets torched in broad daylight at the New York City subway, it's not worth it. Make them all leave. Don't let any more of them come over here. It's not worth it. And all of this, I don't know what you want to call it, leftist, the woke propaganda, because the media spouts this shit too. All of this same stuff, the media spouts all this stuff, and they get that from the media and whatnot. And all of this is just screams 1984 to me. The twisted speech, how they twisted your language and confuse people, and the thought police and the thought crimes and all that. You can lock somebody up just for thinking some shit, and that was happening in Canada, but I don't know. It looks like Trudeau might be getting tossed out of there or leave of his own accord. I don't know. But that would be great for Western civilization for that to happen. But this whole thing is just reeks of 1984 to me, with the confusion on the left and that shit spreading like a virus. More and more people adopting this crap. They're indoctrinating the kids from a young age in these government-run schools, and it's the government, it's the big businesses, it's the media, and all of it's controlled. All you have to do is look at who owns the stocks. The biggest part of these stocks, all of our food industry, all of our medical, the pharmaceutical, all the huge chunks of this, all these stocks and all these huge companies across every sector are owned by BlackRock and Vanguard. And so these couple of companies are controlling all this stuff. And they're owned by the central bank. Controlled by the central bank. It's just a pyramid scheme. And the people down at the bottom are controlled, even though we technically have the power, but we're being tricked and brainwashed into thinking that you know, we don't have the power. We're afraid of losing all of our comforts and conveniences and all this stuff. So that's where we are now. So next time you hear that kind of stuff, take just a second and think it through. Think about it a little bit deeper than the actual, just the face of it. Because that stuff is like those words, those sayings that I keep talking about on this episode, these Twisted Logic episodes. The logic is so thin, it's transparent, like saran wrap. You can just poke your finger right through it with just a little bit of effort. You can shred it. There's no depth to it at all. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll put the link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. Or you can head over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put that link down in the description too. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can head over to Redbubble and see what we have over there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. And I'll put that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. Thank you very much to those of you who do that. I sincerely appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email's over on the channel page. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.